Oregon-Auburn, your lone battle of ranked teams in Week 1. Since 2010, the SEC, they are 10-4 against the Pac-12. That includes 2 bowl wins. Washington, remember, lost last year's opener to Auburn, which was really a real blow to the perceived strength of the Pac-12, and that theme carried out throughout the season. Oregon kind of has the weight of the Pac-12 on their shoulders tomorrow. We're going to start this conversation about the dichotomy at the starting quarterback spot. Let's start, though, with the senior stud, the Heisman candidate, Justin Herbert.
I think that's going to be the difference in this game for me because Justin Herbert has that experience. I think this will be a close game. Much like last year, Washington versus Auburn was a close game. When it comes down to it at the end of the game, I trust Justin Herbert over a true freshman that hasn't played at this level before. And let's not forget, too, Justin Herbert could have went in the draft last year. Probably would have been a top 5 pick. Matt, you and I both went through that. When you decide to come back and play for your final year, there's a lot to it. This sort of matchup is one of the reasons why you come back to play in this sort of big game, have a shot at winning a national championship, and maybe a shot at winning the Heisman Trophy.
Yeah, and that's the expectation on Justin Herbert. And I believe in this game he will be the difference. I like Oregon to win. But you mentioned the perception and the narrative of this conference. You go back to last season, Washington and Auburn. Washington lost in a close game. That hurt this conference all season long. This game is so important for Oregon and Mario Cristobal. And I know he's not telling his team that, but that's our job up here. The Pac-12 conference needs this win. Oregon needs this win.
Well, that offensive line has to protect, the Oregon offensive line has to protect Justin Herbert. When I think about the bowl game last year, when they played against Michigan State, Michigan State's defensive line dominated them, made them one-dimensional to the point to where Justin Herbert had to go win the game on his shoulder. They cannot afford to get Justin Herbert hit too many times in this game because that SEC defensive line that Auburn has is big, strong, powerful, and they love to make it physical. So I want to see what wrinkles, new wrinkles that Mario Cristobal and this offensive line may have because they can't just line up against them and play big on big. They will get dominated.
Once again at Auburn, the theme is Bo knows. Bo knows.
A little different Bo, though.
Yeah, right. First true freshman to start a season opener at quarterback for Auburn since 1946. This is a kid that you were going for.
I know him very well. I spoke to Bo Nix every week for a long time. His father was a former Auburn player and his high school coach. We had him picked as one of the top 2 dual-threat quarterbacks in America. He's very talented. However, he's a true freshman playing in this kind of game. I think he's going to be an exceptional quarterback down the road. This is a tough one to cut your teeth in.
Yeah. I think the toughest thing about a true freshman starting your first game is there's a lot of adjustments that are going to be made, right? You come into the first game of the season, you don't know what's going to happen. There's no preseason where you kind of get an identity and figure it out. And again, you trust the veteran player, the experienced player with that. I started as a true freshman, and I remember the first year starting, you're looking out there and saying, look, I'm just focused on what we're doing. I'm looking out there, I don't know what they're doing. I'm just trying to do my job.
Hey, how about this? Great. I went through my entire coaching career. One time I had a freshman quarterback. Turned out to be a stud, J.T. Barrett. But we lost game 2 against Virginia Tech. Bud Foster was the defense coordinator. They played bare 0. We could not, as a staff, make adjustments fast enough. We couldn't do it because you had a young freshman quarterback. Everything was chaotic. Now, by week 5 and 7, 5, 6, 7, he's going to be fine. He's going to be fine. Maybe this guy will learn quicker. Maybe Bo will learn quicker. But we lost that game, not necessarily JT, but our coaching staff just had a hard time putting it together, making those adjustments.
I think that season worked out for you, though, right? I mean, how'd that finish up?
We did good.
They got a ring.
A little jewelry out of it?
They got a ring out of it.
How many diamonds?
Yes.
Yes.